Okay then, so I've never made one of these videos before, and yesterday I wasn't really planning on making one of these videos, but as a part of the Snapmap community I feel like I need to put this video out, especially because I'm on YouTube and it's a perfect opportunity. So, as everyone probably knows now, it looks like Snapmap Eternal is not a thing. It will not be happening. There's no plans for it at this minute. And the only chance we really get it now is if it's going to be something like an updated or an update later on in the game, not on release. That's kind of what they were saying, but they weren't really convinced that they was ever going to try it. That's obviously a huge problem for the Snapmap community, because this is probably going to mean the community is going to crumble up and die, unfortunately, because there's going to be nowhere really left for us to go. The Snapmap community will have to either stay on Doom 2016 or look for more editors, and of course they could return back to Doom 1 and Doom 2, which I feel that most of the community will end up doing. I mean, of course, we don't know all the details yet. We don't know if he'd have some kind of secret new editor in plan that they've not really mentioned yet. It is possible, and this video could be potentially pointless, but at this point we just think that Doom Eternal is going to feature nothing along these lines. If you're in part of the community, I can understand why you're upset, but I just want to first of all say that don't really take anger out on id. I can understand their reasoning and why they didn't add or plan on adding Snapmap to Eternal, because it's probably going to be a lot of work for them to get right, because this game is going to be bigger than Doom 2016, and of course it's going to mean a lot more work and support what Snapmap was in 2016. And Snapmap obviously didn't run the best back then, but that doesn't mean that, honestly, I don't think Snapmap is not going to work in Doom Eternal. The reason why I think this could easily work is we just need that extra push in support. I don't really care if they add extra content later on the way. I more want to focus them on fixing bugs and fixing loading screens and things like that. So if they just want to keep the same content and not add many free updates or any at all, then I'll be fine with that, as long as there's going to be regular support updates that fixes many bugs that will happen in Doom Eternal's lifespan, or Doom Snapmap, the same thing. I feel like Doom 2016 would have been a lot more popular in Snapmap if they'd done the same sort of thing as well. For instance, them incredibly long loading screens. If they just messed around with them just a little bit to make them even that little bit quicker, that would bring people back to Snapmap. Because I've seen many people leave Snapmap across the years now purely because of the loading screens. And of course, when we got the free updates along the way, unfortunately some of the updates caused some issues in the game. One of the main ones was the monster AI. The monster AI unfortunately got a little bit worse compared to it was in his early days. But this could easily be fixed. If they just done one sort of bug fix update where they fixed this, then this problem wouldn't even exist. And then monster AI would be much better to what it was in Snapmap, which unfortunately in some level, especially if your map was custom geo, it can really affect and ruin the game or the level overall. But it's just not going to be too much of a aggro to fix. I mean, instead of working on more updates, they could just literally spend their time fixing what they have there. So instead of having more content that's effectively broken, they can have a safe amount of content that works perfectly, if you know what I mean. So instead of, it's more of a thing over quantity and quality. I'd rather have quality over quantity, to be honest. I mean, let's say more is less and things like that. Okay, I've got to stop comparing it to all these sayings, but honestly I think they all fit very well into this situation. I honestly think that if, and it's a big if, we ever see Snapmap Eternal in obviously Doom, then hopefully they would just rather stick to getting what they have there perfect over just adding more updates. And I know what I'm sounding like, I'm not appreciating these free updates, which is not true, because I said I love them updates. They really helped players to be a bit more creative, but at the same time they added in more problems. That's what we got to remember. And I think that kind of was one of the final nails in the coffin for Doom Snapmap. There's all these problems. And of course there was many people mentioning about all the glitches and all the times Doom Snapmap crashed, and I'm one of them. I can't say that I'm not. I am. I've moaned many times along the way that Snapmap keeps crashing, and that of course I do think is a problem. And honestly, I was kind of hoping that in Doom Eternal they took the opposite approach to what they have, and that is look for ways to supporting it to over just deleting it entirely, kind of forgetting about it. I mean, it was a really good idea, it really was, and I just really hope that they would support that again. I was kind of hoping that Snapmap was just a kind of test to what they was going to really try and do in the next Doom, but of course, unfortunately that's not true. But of course, can we change that? It's going to be hard, and I'm not saying what we could do is ever going to change their mind, but honestly I feel like we need to try something, and hopefully as a community we can sort of stand together, and hopefully in the future we might actually see internal Snapmap, or of course some other update that's just as good. Moving on to something even more important. Now this is the part where we might actually be able to change something. The part where as a community, if we stand together, we may be able to show them that we want Snapmap, and we as a community are still here, and we still love Snapmap to this day. Even though the problems it faced, we still stood by it through these years, and we just still really want to see what the next Doom can offer in terms of Snapmap. There's many ways we can do this, but the most popular ones of course are trying to reach out to its software, and the best way we can do that is these petitions and signatures that you see on the internet. But of course we can't just do a few of these, we need to make sure that they actually notice these. I already have one link in the description now. I've already signed this one. It just needs 100 signatures to fulfill this one, but of course we need to go over that as well. We're going to need as many as we can get. So if you want Snapmap in the game, or if you want to even just stay in the community and stand by us, please sign the petition. Of course I am not saying that it's going to make any difference, but this is our one and only hope that we can change it. If we sit here and do nothing, we'll never know. But if we actually start signing in these and say how much we want this game, that is the only way that we can actually bring back Snapmap. So if you're a huge fan of Snapmap, then please sign this. And of course, if you want to start your own petition, let me know, and I'll send a link to this description here. So in the future, hopefully I'll have a nice set of links to different forms and petitions that you can stand by in this description down below. And hopefully, you never know, maybe in the future if we get enough people to do this, maybe they'll even consider adding that Snapmap Eternal in. We just have to give this one last push. This is our last chance, everybody, so please, if you're in the community, let's stand together for this one. So yeah, if you've got anything you want me to sign about this Snapmap community, if you just want me to show this certain form or anything, please let me know, and I will 99% likely do that. So yeah, let's do this, let's stand together. So anyway, this has been Rocker Gamer 45, and I hope that everyone enjoyed this video, and more importantly, let's not lose the Snapmap community. Let's not lose something we spent these last few years building. Let's keep the community growing stronger for even more years. We can do this. It's just going to be a long journey, and we're going to need everyone from the community to help in this one. So I don't normally say this about my videos, but please, if you can share this to other people in the community, that would be really helpful. And if you can convince somebody to sign a petition, or even create your own petition. That would really help. I mean, every little helps in this one. Even if the worst comes to worst and Snapmap never comes back, at least we can say that we as a community gave it all we've got to bring back Snapmap to the series. So yeah, hopefully you can enjoy this, and this has been Rocko Gamer 45, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.